Evening, and thank you for joining us. Carly, not to give too much away there, but we're actually talking about a defenseman there in Bonnyville, which, I mean, unless we're talking about Bobby Orr, that's kind of unusual.
Yeah, it is a little bit unusual, but you know what? The point is that this player really has stepped up, and the points really do speak for themselves.
Definitely. Well, Gerard, another relatively cool day out there. Looked nice, but not all that warm again.
Yeah, especially with that wind blowing. It's going to ease off, but let's see what we're dealing with right about now. It's still there out of the south-southeast, anywhere from 30 to 41. We've creeped up to 16 in the last 20 minutes or so. 37% is the humidity. You've got a UV reading of 3 today. And as we look across the region, some more cloud cover in the Cold Lake area for that 14. The Battleford still enjoying the better of the blue skies for its 16 as well. And for the weekend, there's at least one day that we're going to have some rain, it seems. We'll find out what it is when we come back.
Yesterday at approximately 5 p.m., Vegreville RCMP, Vegreville Ambulance, and Mundair Fire and Rescue responded to a complaint of a serious motor vehicle collision on Highway 16, 300 meters east of Highway 855. When emergency crews arrived, they found a Dodge Ram pickup heavily damaged in the south ditch. The second vehicle involved was a Freightliner truck and trailer. Witnesses said the driver of the Dodge Ram truck was eastbound on Highway 16 and seemed to be traveling at a high rate of speed when he then drove into the rear trailer pulled by the semi-truck. The 38-year-old male driver of the semi was shaken but not physically injured. The driver of the Dodge Ram died at the scene as a result of his injuries. He's been identified as 21-year-old Kyle Jackson of Innisfree, Alberta. RCMP are continuing their investigation. However, they do believe speed was a contributing factor to this collision. The Britannia-Wilton Fire Department was called to reports of a grass fire 6 miles south of Lloydminster on Wednesday afternoon. Crews arrived to find the fire burning across a stubble field at a high rate of speed thanks to the windy conditions. It took crews about 3 hours to completely douse the fire. No injuries or property damage was caused by this fire. On a related note, North Battleford Fire and Emergency Services and the RM of North Battleford have issued a fire ban due to high winds and very dry conditions in the North Battleford area. Fire Chief Pat McIsaac advises the public that these conditions are making for a very dangerous situation. Fire crews have responded to a handful of threatening grass and brush fires this week, and all fires have the potential to get out of control very quickly. Burning is not allowed within the rural municipality or city limits until further notice. However, they do wish to make clear anyone within the city of North Battleford with an approved fire pit, that is a fire pit that's been approved by the North Battleford Fire and Emergency Services, can still utilize their fire pits. On September 28th, Elk Point RCMP executed a search warrant on a rural residence north of Derwent, Alberta. While on the property, RCMP officers located an outdoor marijuana grow operation. A number of items were seized, including marijuana plants, bagged marijuana, ammunition, and firearms, including an assault rifle. Trafficking, production of a controlled substance, and various firearms-related charges are pending for a 46-year-old female and a 38-year-old male. On Saturday, the Lloyd Exhibition Grounds will play host to some of the best bull riders in the country. Jack Haskins brings us a preview of what to expect for this weekend's PBR event.
It's quiet right now, but come Saturday, it's going to be a rip-roaring time with some of the best bull riding action in the country.
This is actually a really exciting event. It's not just bull riding. PBR comes and we work together on a great production, and there's fireworks and introductions and videos.
It's the ultimate competition of man versus beast, and the Lloyd X Grounds boasts that their venue is an excellent place to watch these cowboys and bulls go at it.
You're sitting right on top of the action in this really intimate setting, and so you can't miss a moment of all the action. And like I said, 32 bulls, there's re-rides, so the event itself will be about 2 hours long and lots of action.
This event has been extremely popular in the past, so don't wait if you want to see some of the high-flying action.
Get your tickets. It's been a sellout the last 2 years, so I know if you want a decent seat, you better get there early. It's a great environment to watch a bull ride, and you're right on top of the action. And there's very few seats ever left over last minute. So if you want one, you better get one now.
Doors open at 5 o'clock on Saturday. Jack Haskins, Newcap News.
Today, students at Rendale Park Elementary School got a real taste of what the Terry Fox Run is all about. Students and staff gathered to share stories of how cancer has touched their lives. As Peter Quinlan reports, this event was all about helping kids understand.
Hi, I would like to dedicate this to my mom. She's a survivor of breast cancer.
Students and staff of Rendale Park Elementary School gathered today to share stories of struggle and triumph.
The very next day, she was sent to the Cross Cancer Institute in Edmonton. It was a difficult time for my family as we watched a loving, smart, and caring person go through a great deal of pain and suffering.
Cancer is a life-threatening disease affecting us all that these children are just beginning to understand.
Even the little ones who really are starting to understand. And that's really important because it will happen in their lives at one point or another.
This year's National Terry Fox Run was dedicated to Terry's mom, Betty Fox, who passed away earlier this year. Along with this theme, Rendale School students did a similar dedication when they each donated their $1 to remember those in their lives who were affected by cancer.
Really, when you think about what he did every single day, most people could never do that. So to remember his spirit every year is really important, and take that time for the people in our own lives that have been touched by cancer.
Terry Fox ran 42 kilometers per day in his Marathon of Hope. For the past 20 days, these students have made it a goal to run 1 kilometer each day so that altogether they will run across Canada. For the past 3 years, students have made Terry's dream a reality, running a total of 6,000 kilometers altogether. One grade 5 class raised over $1,000 so far this September, thanks to their inspiring teacher.
And they have a teacher who stands behind them and really wants to get out there. They skip math and they go run for 40 minutes, so it's really great to see the kids inspired by it.
Altogether this year, Rendale School students have raised over $600 that will go directly to cancer research. Peter Quinlan, Newcap News.